That's Michelle Einstein's Songbird Song. Still talking about the Josh Groban concert on July 8th in Northwell Health, Jones Beach Theater. With Josh Groban. It was so spectacular. I'm still talking about it. Okay, I begin. I have written some notes. So Mr. Rogers says we need at least one success every day. The man who went out of his way to help an old lady, as Brazilian Maria Simonetti sees me, can chalk up getting a brain-fogged sugar addict, as I now see myself after listening to Dr. Stephen Gundry's lecture on YouTube, Safely Onto the Train to Freeport. That was his success. Only I heard the announcer say now arriving the train to Hempstead. I asked the passenger, does the train go to Freeport? He said, no, to Hempstead. I distinctly remember doing research. It said Wantagh is in the hamlet of Hempstead. When I lived with my husband, Edwin Birdsong, and two children, Sing Birdsong and Robin Birdsong, we used to drive across the Queens line and cross into Hempstead for fresh milk from just milked cows. Jones Beach Theater is in Wantagh, but after being frustrated by robots who answer the Long Island Railroad information line after hours, who confused and frustrated me, I had gotten a live human being today who answered all my questions clearly and kindly, except for the time of the train. I'm going to follow his information. When the announcer said train to Freeport on track 16, I stepped inside the train and asked a white man. He took his earphones out of his ears. I asked again. He said, no, the train does not go to Freeport. Now, this is crazy. I noticed after people with earphones in their ears. No, I noticed other people with earphones in their ears. I guess they didn't want to experience the environment, so they're creating their own in their ears. And if they look at their phones simultaneously with their eyes, they're able to create their own world. I get it. I've been able to survive St. Francis of Assisi Residence 3 for 5 going on 6 years, though when I was being vetted by demons to be the queen of creation, it felt like an insane asylum here. If you thought I said that it became an insane asylum. If you thought or said that, it became an insane asylum. And they beat you, telling everybody she doesn't feel this. What did I tell you? They were crazy. I am a living human being. Of course I felt every blow when I'm searching for truth. Oh, when I said I'm searching for truth, they said, we don't do truth. That frustrated me, but I did self-talk and share therapy and Gestalt therapy and kept myself sane. They wanted to drive me crazy because they didn't want to accept talk and share therapy as a cure-all therapy for America. Okay, what do we got in the words? A is the first letter of the alphabet. First. O, America. Josh. Groban. Mary. Michelle. See you in heaven. Venus. Guru Nanak. That's Guru Nanak. Eve Einstein. Angel. Oh, Angel Michelle. See you in heaven, Angel Michelle. Einstein. So it goes on to say, I never asked to be Jesus Christ. As a child, I decided inside my mind I wanted to be like Jesus Christ because my beloved uncle by marriage, Brother Wright, Bright, I called him, loved Jesus Christ, the archetypical perfect man, more than anything or anyone. Then he loved his wife, Sister Wright. Then, what's that word? Then, something. Somewhere I believed I fit. I unconsciously believed he, Brother Wright, and Jesus Christ, and God, and Andonia, and I possibly could grow on my mother. I could possibly grow on my mother, right, so she would love me. But my goal was to make sure Brother Wright didn't stop loving me, as I thought my mother had stopped loving me. When I was 4 years old, she told me she had never wanted me, that she had tried to kill, to abort me, but her ears began to ring like dinner bells. This is what stopped her aborting me. Alexander Graham Bell, now my grandson Seth Wynn Ransinger, once Swamiji Maharaj, known as the great saint of Agra, the home of the Taj Mahal, who was Bulleh Shah and Tulsi Sahib, Brother Wright, and Andonia. Andonia was the guru lost in Radhaswami history. Tulsi Sahib, Andonia was Swamiji's master. Swamiji cleared away the hobgoblins and demons from the land known now as the Dara Baba Jamal Singh by meditating there for 17 years. His wife, Radha Ji, is now his mother, Melanie Lynn Spear. Melanie Lynn Spear was the mother of Miss Frog, Korean Beatrice Crowder, who was Baba Jamal Singh, who was appointed by Swamiji to spread the teachings of Sant Mat. Obviously, St. Francis of Assisi Residence 3 is the new Dara. Robin Birdsong is St. Francis of Assisi, the original. Guru Nanak, Mary Magdalene, has had to rid the atmosphere of demons. The atmosphere at St. Francis of demons. Master at Master orders. Eve presence here. Ordering free the place of demons. Do you like earth, wind, and fire? Demetria asked during our taxi ride to the train from the concert, Josh Groban's concert. Oh yes, I said, they're going to be there August 13th, said Demetria, meaning at the Jones Beach Theater. I have to see if I'm working with early voting for the election, said Demetria. To see anybody. I wouldn't come all this way from Manhattan to Jones Beach Theater to see anybody but Josh Groban, I said. The bus to the train in Manhattan. Taxis weren't stopping. Train to the bus in Freeport, long wait. Dropped us off a long walk from the area in Jones Beach. We sloshed through a tunnel of water. I hadn't consumed enough calories. I lacked energy. I hadn't drank enough water. I was dehydrated. I ate enough calories. I lacked energy. So anyway, I said, I can and will obey God and write a book, a series of short stories. These were my goals. I was supposed to write them down 6 times. God told me to write a book about being an airline stewardess. And I'm having a hard time limiting my writings to just focus on that part of my life. So I received a text addressing Steve. I texted back, you have the wrong number. He, probably a girl or woman, texted back, you're a kind person, sorry to have bothered you. I texted back, you're a genuine, conscious, alert, aware, caring, thoughtful person. I feel a little safer in the world knowing you exist at the same time as me and this world. Thank you. I'm just telling you things that went on in my life between talking about Josh Groban concert. For the well-wishers, may God reward you continuously, for you are being a good human being. You did not bother me. On the contrary, you made my day. Then I received a text, looked like it was from a different person, saying, I thought we could be friends. I'm ending the texting with that number. I'm probably with any other strangers online. Endings can be awkward. A weak war declined. Too, because I ended the conversation with strangers. Video cast. Dan Bongino on Supreme Court Justice. Harassment. Biden's DOJ is a cosmic level embarrassment, says Dan Bongino. New York Post, Phil Mushnick, Sports Equal Time. Boorish Megan Ralph Pinot unfit for Presidential Medal of Freedom. Though money can forgive injuries, none ever forgives contempt. Ben Franklin said that. Contempt is the feeling that a person or a thing is beneath consideration, worthless, or deserving scorn, disregard for something that should be taken into account. This action displays an arrogant contempt for the something of the majority. Most people don't do drugs like cocaine, heroin, and marijuana, weed, and acid, LSD. They don't want to be put in a stupor, except Karen in San Francisco homeless shelter next door swears Catholics are alcoholics. She was Catholic. And every night her father would get drunk, and then when he came home from work, and then she saw other Catholics doing the same thing. Refrain from taking into my system mind-altering drugs. Make me feel dizzy. They zap my energy. Well, I'm talking about marijuana. They put me to sleep. Under the liberal administration, marijuana, they call it cannabis, has been made legal. I keep my window open for fresh air. Marijuana fumes now come into my room. When I enter the hall, cigarette smoke and marijuana fumes are present and enter my body, soul, and mind. But before you can enter the activities room, food, music group, chair yoga, the boomers are too tired to stand. Writing group, games group, art groups must interfere with your own breathing by covering your nose and mouth with a mask so you can barely breathe and be heard. Excuse me. That's censorship. So you can see idiots are killing you, are driving you crazy, torturing you. Manna from heaven, manners. Here Venus. Revenue us? What is that? Revenge us? We are the saved ones, the plain ones, the plain spoken ones. The plain talk can walk the walk, 'cause it's backed by actions of the holy royal family of good human beings. Is Robin, my loving and attentive daughter, trying to set me up with Josh Groban? She told me about him years ago. I definitely liked him and thought he was heavenly, especially when I heard him sing the prayer with Charlotte Church. Sing Songbird Song. McCartney told me to sing along with the record 6 times a day, every day. He knows I'm Charlotte Church, and my sound will return to me with practice. And Josh Groban, he revealed that his guest, the girl solo violinist, is expecting. I saw her big belly. I too am pregnant. Maybe Josh Groban got me pregnant. Adds at some point that they are just friends. Oh, he said that so we would know he's not the father of this baby. He's not having sex with her. They are friends because he was impressed when he found out all immaculately conceived and delivered by my son, the violin player, can sing. I don't know, that doesn't make sense. The girl has done a movie and is a star. Demetria wasn't impressed by her to praise her as I spoke of her during our taxi ride from the concert back to Freeport, Long Island Railroad Station. I have half-heartedly sang the song The Prayer as Sing Spirit told me to do. But I see Josh needs to be awed. Angel Michelle first. His sister. I was his sister in heaven. And I was his mother. And I was Angel Michelle, his wife. Lover. It's not enough that I am in communication with our Father, the Most High God, the Son. He wants me to know myself, that I am a singer, so I'll stop thinking I am less than him, than Josh Groban, and we can marry as equals, like, what's that concert piano player, Joanna Rogers, and the God Chimney from PBS, Mr. Rogers. Michelle Einstein's Songbird Song had to do a lot to qualify for American Airlines Stewardess College. She had to lose weight. She was overweight due to a sugar addiction, which she was unaware of the fact that most of the foods contain sugar. Dr. Stephen Gundry's video and books teach us about the harm that excessive sugar has done to our health. It rotted her teeth. She took out a bank loan, co-signed by a male friend, to pay a dentist, Dr. Lofton, to give her a Hollywood smile so she could enter Stewardess College. Song Josh Groban sings, "Be What You Want Me to Be." He has a fire sign ascendant, Leo the Lion King, and a fire sign, Moon, the element of his wife. Because I'm in Aries. Michelle Einstein is a fire sign, Aries, the ram, ruled by the Martians from Mars. From Mars. R-A-M-S. R-A-M-S. Just that. The planet. The planet extraterrestrial of sexual energy. That's Mars. The planet. I'm coughing. Your bed where you are laid to your rest for 8 hours after succumbing, dying the tiny death, the climax of making song. Could this be magic? Could this be magic? My dear, my heart's all aglow. Could this be magic, loving you so? If this is magic, then magic is love. Could this be magic? Then magic is love. Isn't that a pretty song? By the Dubs. Doubles. Our dreams have magic because we'll always stay in love this way. Our day will come. That's another song. Our day will come. Rare TV footage. 1964. The will to come. See. Will come. The will to come. Okay, so I'm just telling you about songs. Comments. This is how it's done, kiddies. Live, almost a cappella. They're talking about the video, Our Day Will Come. And it says, at Venus Claire. And then she says, Venus Clairvoyant Claire. Relax. That's Mary Magdalene is Venus a Clairvoyant. Michelle Einstein's songbird song. So then they talk about the Our Day Will Come video. This is how it's done, kiddies. Live, almost a cappella. Auto-tune. No overdubs, just raw talent. Michael Wallace Show. Bows and Arrows. Ad. Proud author on her t-shirt. She says, don't publish your book on Amazon. I got a crook on my neck. My body's telling me she's a crook. Are you self-medicating with talking share therapy? Always. Stranger to Myself No More by Michelle Einstein's Songbird song. That's the name of my book. One of my books. On the next video, it's going to be about Lilith, Adam's first wife. The one that Eve took the hit for. They said, oh, the bad things that Lilith did, they said Eve did, and she didn't. She wasn't even married to Adam at that time. Okay, so I'm ending the video now. Thank you for listening.